Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to share an inspiring new story with you. Please sit back and enjoy. In life, each of us tries to live honestly, work hard, and stay true to our values. But the frightening truth is that just one moment of negative thinking, a small spark of greed, or an impulsive idea can lead us off the path we were meant to follow. A thought, no matter how small or fleeting, has the power to change our entire life. It can open the door to success, or it can close that door forever. We often believe that only actions bring consequences, but in reality, every action begins with a single thought. When a bad thought appears and we fail to control it, it spreads, grows, and pushes us to do things that go against our true nature. On the other hand, positive and pure thoughts guide us toward the right actions, and those actions gradually form good habits that build a better future for us. That is why, if we want to protect ourselves from mistakes, we must start by managing our mind. Plant seeds of honesty, peace, and kindness in your thoughts, because those very thoughts will nourish your life. Jake was a young man living in a small town, where his life was always tied to hardship and scarcity. Each day, Jake tried to find work to earn enough for a simple meal. Despite the struggles of life, he maintained his honesty and sense of dignity, never once considering doing something wrong for personal gain. Yet there were days when he felt so tired that even hope seemed ready to leave him. One afternoon, after searching for work all day without success, Jake heard an old man calling for help. The old man carried 3 very heavy bags and needed someone to help him transport them to the next village. Jake agreed immediately. When he lifted the first bag, he was surprised by its weight, and the old man explained that it was filled with bronze coins. Despite the exhaustion, Jake continued the journey patiently with him. When they reached the riverbank, the old man asked Jake once more to carry another bag of silver because he didn't have the strength to cross the water. Although Jake felt slightly offended by the old man's distrust, he still proved his honesty. When they reached the foot of the hill, Jake helped carry the final bag of gold since the old man was too weak to climb. Throughout the entire journey, the old man repeatedly doubted Jake, but Jake firmly insisted that he was an honest man. Every action Jake took showed his good nature, a person who, despite hardship, kept his promises and never betrayed anyone for money or personal benefit. His integrity was a shining thread throughout the story, until the moment everything changed. After carrying the heavy bags of bronze and silver, Jake continued to help the old man by taking the last bag of gold up the hill. It was the most difficult part of the journey, and the old man, too frail to climb, handed the bag to Jake and asked him to go ahead while he followed slowly behind. Even though he had been doubted the entire time, Jake stood strong in his character, certain that he would never betray someone's trust. But just as Jake began climbing, when the old man was no longer beside him, an unfamiliar thought crept into his mind. If I run now, he will never catch me. It was a tiny thought, quick and subtle, yet incredibly tempting. Jake tried to shake it off, but it didn't go away. Instead, it grew stronger, clearer, and strangely sweeter. From one brief greedy thought, it turned into a whole chain of appealing fantasies. If I take this gold, I could change my life. I could become rich, buy a big house, marry a beautiful woman, and live a life of comfort I've never had before. These images pulled him further and further away from the honest man he truly was. Jake had never imagined he would do something wrong, but exhaustion, poverty, and the tempting vision of wealth shook his resolve, and in that moment of weakness, he made a decision he could hardly comprehend himself. He ran. He ran from the old man, from his promise, and toward the greed that had been planted in his mind. That single moment, one impulsive choice, opened the path to irreversible regret. When Jake finally reached his home, his breath was heavy and his heart pounded, partly from fear of being chased and partly from the excitement of a new life ahead. He quickly put the 3 bags on the floor, his hands trembling with anticipation. This could be the moment that ended all the suffering he had endured for years. But within seconds, Jake's world collapsed. He opened the first bag and froze. Inside were not coins, but ordinary stones. Panicking, he opened the second, Then the third, all filled with nothing but stones. Jake stood motionless, unable to understand what had happened. Why would the old man deceive him? Why go through all that trouble? In his confusion, he noticed a small piece of paper tucked inside. When he opened it and read, his entire body went numb. The note revealed that the old man was actually the king of the land. Growing old and having no heir, he was searching for someone truly honest to adopt and eventually inherit the throne. Throughout the journey, he had been testing Jake's integrity. Had Jake not run away, he would have been chosen. Every word pierced Jake's heart like a blade. He had been a good man, one who took pride in his honesty, but one moment of weakness, one fleeting thought of greed, had made him lose the greatest opportunity of his life. From someone who could have become king, he had turned into a person who betrayed his own values. In the small, lonely house, Jake collapsed to the floor, tears rolling down his face. His regret did not come from losing the gold, but from realizing that he himself had shut the door to his own destiny. Jake's story is more than a lesson about regret. It is a powerful reminder of how our thoughts shape our lives. Life is full of moments that test us. We may keep our honesty for years, but just one moment of weakness can cost us everything. The most dangerous enemy is not the temptation outside, but the negative thoughts quietly growing within our mind. A single thought can become an action. Repeated actions turn into habits. Habits form character, and character determines destiny. Jake was a good man, a moral man, but when he allowed greed to control his mind, he was no longer himself. One moment, one wrong decision, made his bright future disappear instantly. The greatest message of the story is this: if you want to protect yourself from harmful consequences, you must start by managing your thoughts. Positive thoughts lead to right actions. Pure thoughts lead to inner peace. The mind is like soil. The seeds you plant will determine what grows. If you plant seeds of honesty, kindness, and integrity, your life will blossom beautifully. So each day, take care of your thoughts as you would tend a garden. Fill your mind with peace, gratitude, and integrity, for your future is created from the very seeds you plant today. Thank you for listening. Please like and share the video. And stay tuned, I'll be back with another inspiring story.